Hello Cancer, this is Monica with the Lynx Tarot. Thank you for being here. This is your money and career reading covering approximately 30 days, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Covering money, career, and also anything else that wants to come through, okay? Like any messages in any reading are welcome. We're trying to focus on money and career. So what does Cancer need to know? You have the Void and number 4. You may be covering up the emptiness or pain within through an addiction, okay? So are you covering up pain, or I also want to say boredom, with like eating foods you know don't agree with you, or drinking things you know don't agree with you, watching too much TV or videos or something like that. So are you doing something to fill a void? Okay, and what is it that you're trying to distract yourself from? So this is a good message because it's saying to pay attention to this and it will help you figure out how to remedy that. Okay, and we have connection 29, and that breaks down to the master number 11. You are very connected to the heavenly realms, okay? So something is happening for a reason right now. Might not seem like it, but there is something that's been going on, and you're soon going to realize that there's been a higher purpose. This could be because something ends up working out for the better, or an opportunity or change happens that you didn't anticipate, and it couldn't have occurred if this other thing had happened that you thought you wanted. And we have, well, look at this, embrace the wisdom of the unknown, okay? So embrace the wisdom of the unknown, and the unknown will reveal itself soon. And you're gonna be like, oh, wow, like if I had allowed such and such to take up that space, I wouldn't have had this other opportunity. For example, like at that job I really thought I wanted so bad, didn't pan out. For a long time, sure, until you find something else or something better, it's gonna feel like you're, any of us who have applied for a job, right? You feel like we're rejected or hard to not focus on that. So for some of you, the void, you might be trying to like fill the void by obsessing over a job you didn't get, right? Try and let go of that and change your view of that, and know that something better is coming your way. And soon you're going to look back and be like, oh, wow, I'm glad I didn't get that position because, that company kind of didn't feel like the right fit for me, or there's something about about that company that was off. I kind of didn't want to look at that because it seemed really good on the outside, right? But then something better comes in and you're going to be like, wow, dodged a bullet. Look, we have the past, so let go of that past, okay? There's something better. So I'm just going to scan this really quick and intuitively pick out what seems to be relevant for this reading. Okay, finish up an old job or unfinished project. So that's something you could do for some of you to keep yourself busy in between. Look to the past to understand the future lesson. Okay, but then let it go. You could have an old skill or experiences that help you in a new job, or if you have your own business, will help you in creating something having to do with your business. Some of you might be receiving payment for an old project. Maybe you thought you weren't going to get paid for it, or maybe, believe it or not, you might have forgotten that someone owed you money and they didn't forget. And it's like a surprise, like this money comes in just when you need it. And you're like, that's really weird. Like I really needed that money and I totally forgot that somebody owed me that. Oh my gosh, and look, you got windfall. Awesome. So you're about to receive a windfall of money or a pay raise or new clients. If you have your own business, you could be getting like an inflow of new clients. This is a great time to treat yourself or make that big purchase, okay? And use this information wisely. Remember, this is just a tarot reading. Okay, so let's see what we have here from the tarot. What else do we have for Cancer? And remember to check your other placements. There could be additional messages there for you. 4 of Pentacles. So for those of you that are concerned about money, looks like you're okay for your immediate needs, okay? Everything's going to happen in the perfect timing. Okay, so yeah, leaving the past in the past. So the past is being clarified by the Death card. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Yeah, but leaving the past in the past. So learning from it and learning like what should stay in the past and what should stay with you, like your skills and abilities and something that you're just really good at doing. Well, that's something that you may have learned in the past or something that's just a part of you bring forward with you. But past experiences, really review them and then let them go and leave them in the past. Okay, so you might be given an offer you're not sure about. Okay, so especially during Mercury retrograde, review this, but don't push it away before you know all the details. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords, Judgment. There we go, there's a higher calling. So it's definitely time to let go of the past and there's a better connection coming through for you. And the 2 of Wands. Okay, I wanted to take a peek at the bottom. So there's some spiritual growth going on here for you, and I'm glad I looked at the bottom because this card about connection says you are very connected to the heavenly realms. So whatever this means to you, if you'd like to share, comment below, or just take what resonates. So embrace the wisdom of the unknown. 5 of Swords, like if it's too hard, if it's an uphill battle, sometimes it's time to let those things go and look at what does seem like it could work out. I think there's a connection with someone, potential employer or new clients that has a much better and easier flow. For some of you, you may be dealing with clients, or maybe you had been dealing with clients that would take up a lot of your time and kind of pick your brain, and then you never make the sale or something to that effect. But now it's changing and you're attracting serious clients. Okay, whether this is working for a job or for yourself. So we've got the Death card and Judgment, 2 major arcana. So it's time to really rise above and stop reliving the past, and realize that does not ever fill the void. Okay, just like repeating in your head like what you already know. Some of you definitely need to get better sleep, because that might be what's triggering you to keep repeating that old reel in your head. So this windfall of money coming in or promotion, we've got some choices here, and it boils down to your choice, which is the exciting part. Okay, and you can't make the wrong choice. It's your decision. And there's something that would be better for you, I'm thinking like your own satisfaction, something that you would like better, something that's more, and also something that's more immediate. So they could be 2 different things. But don't worry, like that right offer will come in. You might not recognize it at first though. So be careful to not miss good opportunities. We have Broken Bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Let's see what this is all about. There's an unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So I think this has to do with the 5 of Swords, which is also about picking your battles. And like I was saying, if you feel like you're climbing uphill too hard or coming up against too much resistance, like some resistance is good, like some challenge is good, but if you've been feeling like there's just way too much resistance and like, what am I fighting for, there is an easier way. And you might be blocked like by the divine from something that just wouldn't be good for you, but you don't realize it at this time. Frying pan, it says trouble, accusations. Let's see. You might be focusing on someone in the workplace in the past that caused you trouble or accused you of something you didn't do. And it can be really hard to let go of something like that, but it's time. I'm picturing you in a completely different environment now, but it's kind of hard to shake that off. So, focus on shaking that off and being open to new and better. And look what's coming in, like wealth. That's awesome. And not just material wealth, but feeling satisfied with your life and feeling satisfied earning your money. All right, Cancer, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.